So I'm using a paintbrush here to put Roundup on leaves of weeds, but I want to know that I've done it. So I've decided that with this little bit that was left in the jug, I had like a 1.25 gallon jug there, and it got down to its end, but I'm going to see how much of this dye I need to put in. I can't imagine that the dye is going to save the plants, but maybe this will help me to notice where I've done this. So I put 5 drops in there. Let's see. And that will hopefully help me identify. Let's see. So here's a whole bunch of it. And this is an ideal place where, I don't want to get it on this azalea here. So let's see if this, and now it looks like maybe I'm going to need a little bit more to really know. So I guess the color of this stuff is going to have to be pretty dark in order to be able to recognize 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 10 drops for just a couple of ounces there, because I want this to be really apparent that I've hit these leaves with the Roundup. And so I think that's gonna do it. Now I'm actually trying to get rid of English ivy too, so I'll go ahead and hit that while I'm at it. So this way, at least I will be less likely to hit the same leaves multiple times and just go over and over again. So I do think this is going to be faster than digging up the bulbs. You see, this stuff is just everywhere. So especially over here where we've got other plants, it's just faster to dab some leaves and make sure that I get all the big ones. And this is apparently an invasive species. It's a real problem in Pennsylvania and Delaware. So this seems like a losing battle here for the early spring, but I'm trying. And I'm thinking that the biggest leaves are probably the most important, because that means big leaves probably mean it's a big bulb, and one that's going to be much more likely to reproduce. So I'll get these and see how things go. We're really running against the clock here in early April. I really should have gotten to this in March. But another issue is the temperatures. Apparently you really want to put glyphosate on when you're above 40 degrees, and so that's an issue with these plants that come out in early spring. You're not really at the temperature that glyphosate works best, but it does seem to be working, and in my area they do recommend hitting it with glyphosate in March. So I'm late here, and yeah, I've also got to be focusing on my taxes instead of doing this, but what you're gonna do. Gotta take a break every now and then, and hopefully your breaks are enjoyable. So here I am, getting a little bit of sun, doing some gardening, and hopefully making things better. Hopefully. Now, I wonder if I should be ripping off all these flowers, because I wonder if the flowers are going to be likely to cause them to reproduce. And all these little yellow flowers, I don't know if it helps to get it on the flowers. I mean, it might be interesting to try, but everything I've read is that you're supposed to put it on the green part of the plants. And these are pretty much all green. I don't know how many days they take to take effect here, but I think the dye is gonna help.